So it has been a sort of long journey to get to where I am now with the interdisciplinary studies major. It kind of started back in high school when I started playing sports. I played sports my whole life, but I was always accident prone, and I always was getting hurt, and so I was always in the physical therapy office. Um, and I just always thought about how I really enjoyed the atmosphere. I just really enjoyed how like laid back it was and how like kind of a cool job it was. So when I got to college, people started asking me what I wanted to do, and I told them that I thought maybe I wanted to be a physical therapist. And so they told me that I should probably head in the biology direction. So that's what decided my major would be. And I started taking biology classes my freshman year, and I realized that that's not really what I wanted to do. I kind of just wasn't really happy with it. And so I decided that I would change my major to psychology when I started thinking about what I'm good at, and the fact that I'm really good at like socializing. I'm a people person, and I love giving advice and things like that. So I decided that I would go the psychology route, and I was thinking that I may possibly be a counselor. I started taking some psychology classes, and I kind of was like settling for the fact that I was going to be a counselor, but it wasn't settling right. I just didn't feel completely happy with it, content with it, and so I started researching some more, trying to figure out maybe what else could I do. And so someone told me about occupational therapy, so I started researching about it, and I started realizing that it's different. It's different than other types of therapy, or different um, than physical therapy. And so I started, researching some more, and I realized that it's not just physical therapy. It's more than that. It's more in depth about the mentality and the mentalness as well. And so just, realizing and studying, I started to see that I can be able to understand someone and why they do what they do, and kind of tweak some things or work some things out for them to think differently, so that they can be able to cross that bridge and be able to do the things that they couldn't do with their physical disability. So I got really excited, and just the thought of like combining the physical aspect of the biology and the mental aspect of the psychology, it just blew my mind. I was just insanely happy. I just thought, this fits, this is it. And so I researched some more and decided that I needed to change my major to occupational therapy to be able to get all the requirements and get all of the aspects that I needed for the job. So when I changed my major, I had to choose 3 focuses. And so the focuses that I chose were biology, psychology, and Christian studies. And Christian studies being that I'm just a strong believer in the fact that whatever you do, do it with passion. And my passion is to share the gospel no matter what I'm doing, no matter if it's walking down the street or doing my job. I want to share the gospel with others and show people that Jesus loves them, and I love them too. So just going throughout these classes and taking them with intentionality of knowing what I want to do now, I just started learning more and more, about in my psychology classes about why do people think the way that they think, and why do they do what they do? Why do they tick the way they tick? And so I just started seeing all these different things and started approaching people just a little bit different. And I met this girl, and we had 2 classes together, so I would kind of ask her questions about class, and she just kind of came off really rude to me. She just like shut me down. She just kind of like was really snappy, and I was just like, well, that's kind of unexpected because I haven't given her a reason to be rude to me or to not like me. And so I realized there must be something deeper, and I wanted to know what it was. I wanted to know why she was doing that to me. And so I just started asking her personal questions about her life and why she does what she does, or what goes on at home, what does her mom do, different types of things. So we ended up building a really strong relationship, and it has grown over the years, and because of that, I've been able to see that she's went through some things. And about 2 years ago, her house actually burnt down, and then this past year her mother passed away. And so it was cool that I was able to walk through those hardships with her. But what was even really cool, I guess you could say, is the fact that I had no intentions of, like, wanting to, like, really be her friend. I just wanted to know why she acted the way that she did to me. I wanted to know what she experiences in life, and through that, I was able to build a bond with her that took us throughout her life so that I could be there with her. And then even farther than that, she knew I was a believer and contacted me about a year ago and wanted to know what it was like to be saved and what it means to be saved. And I started talking to her and asking her questions, explaining. And a week later, she texted me and told me that she committed to the Lord and gave her life to the Lord. And that was just amazing. And I think it's so cool because that whole illustration just describes my life, my abilities, and it describes what the Lord does through me on a daily basis. And then within my biology classes, I've been able to work with some muscle and bone replicas and just learn about, what they do, how they work, where they're at, knowing with the intentionality of my job is going to be able to help people with physical disabilities. And so that is very helpful. Beneficial. And then my last one, Christian studies. So I just really wanted to learn more and to dig more into the Bible, and knowing that I'm going to do that with my Christian studies classes has been able to help me grow in my love for Christ and my love for others. And then just a really cool story and experience that I got to do in one of my Christian studies classes. I was in evangelism class, and for my final exam, my professor brought in volunteers, and he paired each student with a volunteer, and we had to kind of find our own place on campus, start talking to them as though we didn't know them, we had never met them before, and we wanted to get to know them and build a relationship with them. So we had to talk to them, ask who they were, and then be able to maneuver the conversation to be able to transition into sharing the gospel with them in that moment. And so it was very challenging. It was very hard, very scary, knowing that it was 4th grade. But at the end of the day, it has challenged me beyond measures. It has taught me so much. It has showed me so much about how I can share the gospel with somebody I'm walking past, or how I can share the gospel with my patients that I see on a weekly basis. So that has been really, really cool. And then I've had a few other experiences that I feel like have molded me. I've been able to go on domestic and international mission trips, and just to be able to see that people grow up different than me, but I can still hold a conversation with them and I can still build a relationship with them has really been really cool for me to see. And then I have also had some experience shadowing a physical occupational therapist who works with pediatrics, a nursing home occupational therapist, and then a hand therapist at Houston Clinic. So those have given me a little bit of experience seeing what they do and the different aspects of life and the ages. And then I have also gotten the opportunity to work and to do my internship with a professor who is 100% blind. And just to be able to see the way that she lives her life and the way that she does things, lives on her own with her disability is just amazing. But for me to be able to be a part of that is even cooler. So for me to be able to walk in and to be able to describe things to her that are happening around us, and to describe what's happening in the classroom to her that she cannot see. I've even had to help her with the classroom in the office by proctoring the tests. I've even had to do some paperwork and logging in different grades into online. So all of these different things, all of these different experiences that I've gotten to do through these 3 focuses have molded me into the person that I feel like God is calling me to be, but it has also molded me into the person that my patients need me to be. And so that has been really cool for me to see me change and me grow. But I also just would like to say that I feel like with all 3 of these different focuses, I am now prepared to be able to help and to meet my patients' needs mentally, physically, and emotionally, and just know that I'm not going out here to benefit myself or to magnify myself, but my complete and total purpose and job is to use my skills and passions to uplift my patients and to benefit my patients in any area that they need. Thank you.